I'd like to call the Pasadena City Council meeting to order, October 18th, 2016. Randy Perry will give us the invocation, and Councilmember Darrell Morrison will lead us in the pledges. If we would all stand, please.
Let us pray. Dear wise and loving Father, first let me say thank you on behalf of all those gathered here today. Thank you for your many and abundant blessings. Thank you for life itself, for the measure of health we need to fulfill our callings, for sustenance and for friendship. Thank you for the ability to be involved in useful work and for the honor of bearing appropriate responsibilities. Thank you for the freedom to embrace you or the freedom to reject you. Thank you for loving us from your boundless and gracious nature. I pray for our mayor and this assembled council. I'm asking that you would graciously grant them wisdom to govern amid the conflicting interests and issues of our times. Grant them a sense of welfare and true needs of our people. Grant them a keen thirst for justice and righteousness. Grant them confidence in what is good and fitting. Grant them the ability to work together in harmony when there is honest disagreement. And grant them personal peace in their lives and joy in their task. It is your most blessed name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Randy.
Would you please join me in the pledges to our flags?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor to Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Good job, Darrell.
I left my notes in
Okay. Councilmember Morrison.
Yeah, I'd just like to recognize some people there. I see former council member Pat Riley. Pat, I'm over here. How you doing? Welcome, Pat. Glad you're here. And Bill Pittman, good seeing you again. And some of my backyard neighbors showed up tonight. Rob Jeter II and Rob Jeter III. Thank you all for being here. And and this weekend is a big weekend. My Texas A&M Aggies are playing Alabama for first place in Southeast Conference and #1 in the nation. So good luck, Ags.
Wow.
Poor Aggies. It's going to be rough.
Okay. Councilmember Lehman.
Thank everybody for coming out. And Bill Pittman, president of Mount Vernon Civic Club, welcome. Martinez family, haven't seen y'all in a while, and glad y'all came tonight. I'd like to mention the Can Do Food Drive is Thursday, November 17th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and this will be at Memorial Stadium on Burke and Dabney. And everything we collect in this food drive stays here in Pasadena to help those that need it. So if you can and will, please go by that day and make a donation. And I'd like to announce the Queens Neighborhood meeting for this month has been changed. We normally meet the last Monday of the month, but that's Halloween, so we moved it up to the 24th. And it will be at Nelda Sullivan Middle School in the cafeteria. Thank you, Mayor.
Councilmember Casados.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out this evening. It's nice to see you guys out. I'd like to say that Taste of the Town's coming up on November 3rd, so if you guys are able to get out and about it, that's a great function to get out and taste some of the surrounding restaurants and whatnot. It's a good function for the kids to go to. The Deepwater Neighborhood Group is going to be having their meeting this Thursday at the Deepwater Junior High. These guys have been rocking and rolling, and if you guys are in the area, District C, the Deepwater area, please come and join us. We will be there, and we always have, not always, most of the time we have food and things, but we have very good information to give out. So, but you guys come out and join us. Also in District C, a little update, Tilden Road's looks like it's going to be getting some work done to it. So it's going to be a phase 1, phase 2. That's just around the corner. So you folks in District C that have been waiting for that, it was a long time coming. And again, I'd like to thank Public Works Director Robin Green. I'd like to thank the mayor and everybody has been involved in helping with that. So I appreciate that. That I pass, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Bass.
Good afternoon, everybody. As Councilman Lehman was talking about the Can Do Food Drive, it's coming up, and it's a great event for everybody to be able to donate food. Also, we have some restaurant participation that's happening this week, and we've missed Monday and Tuesday already, but Wednesday, if you go to Papa Yoke's Grill in Chipotle, Thursday, if you go to Casa Olay, Friday is Ernie's, and then stepping into next week, you've got Monday is Willie's Grill and Ice House, Tuesday is Raising Cane, Wednesday's Monterey's Little Mexico, Thursday's Peter Piper Pizza, and Friday is Chick-fil-A. What these folks are doing is they're taking their gross revenues, and whatever you spend there, they're putting in 15%, 10%, 20%. They move around. And so that's really going to be a big push for the Can Do Food Drive. Also, as Mr. Casado said, the Taste of the Town is November the 3rd. That is a 30-restaurant venue. That's going to be 27 years for the Taste of the Town. So that's going to be a big one. And it's called the Big Game Edition. They're pushing for the Super Bowl this year because it's going to be at the stadium in Houston, and so it ought to be a really big event. We have Wings Over Texas this weekend at Ellington. Look up in the sky, you'll see them. And then last but not least, October the 29th, you've got Armand Bayou. It's Creepy Crawler. Yeah. So it's 6:30 to 8:30, and basically family-oriented Halloween alternative. So check it out and have a good time. I'll pass.
Councilmember Jeff Wagner.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everybody. Everything I was going to read has been read so far, so everybody have a good day. I'll pass.
Councilmember Pat Van Hout.
The library is also helping with the Can Do Food Drive. They are having Can the Fine through November 15th at both locations. One can or a non-perishable item covers $1 of fine. On the Armand Bayou, that is $10 per person, and they have limited space. So they're requesting that you call to sign up for that. That includes a night hike, says bring flashlights, a haunted barn, a haystack dive, and you can call them at 281-474-2551. Also, the police department is doing Trunk or Treat. This is on Saturday the 29th from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Police Academy at 4801 Spencer. Early voting starts this coming Monday, October 24th, and runs through November 4th. This will include the weekend that's in the middle of that. The locations in this area are the John Phelps Courthouse at 225 in Ritchie, and Kyle Chapman at Spencer, just east of Red Bluff. They are not doing early voting at the IBEW Hall. You can early vote at any early voting location in the county. Expect there will be lines. The worst lines will probably be when people get out of work and on the last Friday. So try to go earlier. And there are normally less lines at John Phelps. If you vote on election day, you have to vote where your precinct votes. And some of the precincts have changed. Village Grove East has changed precincts. That means your voting location may have changed. There is a strip of the Tanglebriar area that was precinct 796. I'm not sure if it has all been put into the same precinct, but it is no longer 796. So those two areas at least, you need to check and see where you're voting, and if you're not sure, go on the computer and take a look or call the county to be sure. Photo ID. You no longer have to have photo ID. If you have it, you should take it. It does not have to be current. They will accept photo ID up to 4 years old. So if your driver's license expired and you haven't renewed it, but it's within 4 years, you can still use it, or any of the other photo ID that's acceptable. If you do not possess one of the photo IDs and cannot reasonably obtain one, and The Secretary of State has said if you get to the polls and it's about time for them to close, you discover you don't have it, and you cannot reasonably get to it, there is a statement that you can sign, and you can still vote. However, if you get there in time and you forgot your photo ID, but you got time to get it, you have to go get it. So try to take whatever you've got. If you don't have it, you can use your voter registration card, a utility bill, a bank statement, a government letter. It has to have your name and address. Don't let documentation keep you from voting. If you're registered to vote, go vote.
Very good. And if you're not, don't vote. I'd say
Get
that too.
registered.
Okay, as it all has been said, Taste of the Town. How many of you have been Taste of the Town? Those of you who didn't raise your hand, you're missing something. There's a lot of restaurants out there, and you buy your ticket, and they're all free. You can go around and eat as much as you want. So it's a good family outing for you. The Can Do Food Drive, Richard and Kirby and Jennifer are really working hard on this. And has been said, if you want a list like this where if you go eat on these particular days at that some variation in time, a percent of that will come back to the City of Pasadena Can Do Food Drive. So try to go out to these restaurants, as has been mentioned. Okay, that's about it. Citizen wishing to council? Angelina? Yeah. Yeah, you hadn't been bashful here before, so come on back up here. Martinez.
Good evening, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Angelica Martinez, and it is my pleasure to be here with you tonight. I am former Miss Pasadena Strawberry Festival and Miss Pasadena Rodeo, and now currently Miss Harris County Fair. I am currently here today to thank the mayor and the councilmen who have supported me throughout my whole career and my nonprofit organization, Helping Children with Heart Disease. Without the city of Pasadena, we wouldn't have been here today. Our organization is the second top organization here in Texas, and we raise funds for the Texas Children's Hospital. I want to cordially invite you guys to my quinceañera, which is on November 19th, and for me it has a big significance behind this invitation because I know that the mayor has been such a big supporter of my organization, which really means a lot to my heart, and Bruce Lehman, who has known me ever since I was born. So my family loves Mr. Bruce and each and one of you councilmen. So that is why I'm here today, to invite each and every one of you, because I really hope that y'all can come with me and join me in such an important day.
Where?
It's going to be at the Acapulco Ballroom. I will hand you an invitation
Okay.
after the city hall.
Okay.
Yes.
As
Thank you
usual,
so
you
much.
did a great job.
Thank you so much, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Okay, Ms. Cooper.
Good evening, Mayor Isabel, Council, and City Secretary. I'm asking all of you to please put yourself in my shoes for a moment. I was here on October the 4th, 2016, due to the fact that my animal was abused. I explained the detail to the officer that came out, which was Officer Perrell. Later, after everything was explained, he was going to go back on Francis Street to address the little bully neighborhood kid that abused my animal. And unfortunately, two other officers drove up. One was Officer Randall's, the other was Officer Mack. Officer Randall's was very abusive to me, verbally. He never laid his hands on me, but he verbally abused me. It's a very sad day in Pasadena when a pet is abused, and it's a very sad day in Pasadena when a lady is abused by a Pasadena police officer, whom I have very high respect for. All of our Pasadena police officers. I look up to them with high respect. I have never done anything towards them to to give them a reason to mistreat me the way that I was verbally abused. Officer Randles, as I stated on October 4th, when I asked for the 3 officers' names to be written down, he grabbed his paper and went straight out, and if I was an inch closer to him, he would have struck me. His anger outburst of rage was so uncontrollable that when he was writing, and I was watching him write the names, and he refused to write down the 3 officers' names, only Randles and Mack. Officer Mack witnessed him. He was very, in this hostile outrage towards me, just really, he lost it. And totally uncontrollable. He stated to me, quote unquote, "No, I will not write down all 3 of the names. Here, this is all you get." And he began to yell and scream at me just continuously, said he was leaving. And then Perez finally came back around, as I stated on October 4th. He came back to the scene, and I asked Perez if he would kindly write his name down, because I was going to make a complaint to the supervisor. Unfortunately, it's been 2 weeks. I did not get a call back from Assistant Chief Susan Clifton until yesterday on October the 17th. And unfortunately, nothing is going to be done about the behavior of his inappropriate behavior outburst towards me. I think that it is a very sad day in Pasadena that an officer can come out to your home when you need assistance. A pet has been abused. I, as a lady, have been abused. And also, my property has been vandalized in the neighborhood. Unfortunately, the caliber of people that live in my neighborhood are not someone that you want living next door to you. There's nothing I can do about that. It's just the way it is. But there is something can be done about the behavior of Officer Randles. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Cooper. Okay, Neighborhood Network, Karen?
Good evening, Mayor, City Councilman, Madam Secretary. It's good to be here. I'm excited to announce that on October the 1st, the Neighborhood Network Division is now opening the matching grant program. If you are a neighborhood association or a homeowner association and you would like to get some improvements within your neighborhood, please contact my office. My number is 713-475-7221. The grant will remain open until April 11th. All applications are due in my office with 7 copies from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock on April 11th. We have had many years of great projects, and we're looking forward to many more this year. Also, Mayor and Council, I'd like to let you know that tomorrow will be our first planning meeting with the Pasadena Industrial Network. We're going to go to Papa Yoke's Grill, help the food drive, but we've got the industry leaders coming, and we're planning our work day to install the Christmas lights on Preston. I'm very excited to let you know that from Highway 225 all the way to Red Bluff Road, there's 49 trees. United Rentals has agreed to buy all the Christmas lights to put up there, and then the entire group of the Pasadena Industrial Community Network are going to come together and install them. So that is going to be they chose November 11th. I believe that's Veterans Day. Is that correct? We're going to be out there starting probably about 10 o'clock. We'll be done probably by 2. So if you're interested, come by and thank them. Just wave, cheer them on. And we're looking forward to that. And with that, Mayor, I hope you'll have a good meeting.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you. Okay, Council, it gets down to presentation of minutes, October 4th.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Lehman.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Bass. That minutes of October 4th, 2016 be approved. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Presentation minutes of October 11th.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Morrison.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Casados. That the minutes of October 11th, 2016, 4 p.m. be approved. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Progress payments 13A, B, and C.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Casados.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Wagner. That progress payments be approved. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Finance Resolution 2720.
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember Morrison.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Lehman, that Finance Resolution 2720 be approved. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mayor. I'd
Councilman.
like to abstain from anything in regards to Bass Mackey.
Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries. Personnel changes. 15A.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wagner,
Second.
second by Councilmember Bass. Personnel changes be approved. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Under mayor's reports, Madam Secretary, we're going to leave 147 and read that separately. The last one?
Oh, the last one.
Yeah, so you can have on the consent agenda 128, 142, 143, 144, 145, and 146.
And what about 147? You want me to go ahead and read
No.
that one?
Oh, that's right, you can read 147 also.
Okay. Ordinance 2016-128, amend ordinance 2016-85 pipeline franchise to Flint Hills Resources Houston Chemical LLC for 4-inch propylene pipeline. Ordinance 2016-142, contract with HD Supply, Inc. for purchase of 6,615 Neptune water meters at $1,225,107. Ordinance 2016-143, contract with K&K Tractor Service LLC for the demolition of 5 dangerous buildings, $10,627. Ordinance 2016-144, contract with Infosol, Inc. for on-site technical support for municipal courts and the courthouse software, $78,000. Ordinance 2016-145, contract with Infosol, Inc. for annual maintenance for the municipal court software known as Courthouse, $33,178. Ordinance 2016-146, purchase of 2 chillers, 1 cooling tower, and 2 boilers from Carrier United Technologies, $543,269. And ordinance 2016-147, abandoning, vacating, and closing a portion of Oleander Street, 50-foot public street right-of-way, and accepting certain easements.
Entertain a motion on 128, 142, 143, 44, 45, 46, and 147.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wagner, second by Councilmember Casados, that those ordinances pass on second and final reading. Is there any discussion, Councilmember?
Mayor.
Van Houten.
Number 147, which is abandoning a portion of Oleander. This is a portion of street that doesn't exist, but there's the space there where we could have put it and we're not going to put it. But there are some pipes there. And the original agenda item listed several right-of-ways, but it didn't list one where we've already got pipes. So there's an amendment to add that. Move to amend ordinance 2016-147 on final reading to attach the following pages to include the dedication of a 10-foot public utility easement and a public utility easement written by CenterPoint Energy as part of the ordinance.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Morrison. Is there any discussion on the amendment? All those in favor of the amendment attaching to the other final reading signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, now we're back to approving,
48.
well, get 148, Madam Secretary.
Okay. Ordinance
We
20,
didn't vote on the rest of them.
as amended.
Yeah, let's just vote on 2016-128, 142, 143, 144, 145, 146, and 147 as amended.
I thought, okay.
Yeah, we got a motion by Wagner and Casados. Now,
Yes.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Amended.
Ordinance 2016-148, an ordinance proposing the adoption of a property tax rate for a 2016 tax year of 0.575388 per $100 value for the city of Pasadena, Harris County, Texas, of 0.575388 per $100 value, authorizing the levy, assessment, and collection of ad valorem taxes based upon the established rate, declaring distribution of said tax rate in the general fund and the debt service fund of the city, and providing for a severability clause.
Motion.
You've got to read.
Yeah.
I so move property.
I move the property tax rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate of 0.575388, which is effectively a 4.41% increase in the tax rate.
Second.
Second by Councilmember. Motion by Councilmember Bruce Lehman, second by Councilmember Van Hout. The move as so stated. Is there any discussion on that? We need to do a roll call vote on this, so I'll go down the road. Councilman Lehman.
Yes.
Councilman Casados.
Yes.
Councilman Bass.
Yes.
Councilman Wagner.
Yes.
Councilman Van Hout.
Yes.
Councilman Morrison.
Yes.
And I vote aye also, yes also. Motion passes. It's the law. Gets down to first reading, Madam Secretary.
Okay. Ordinance 2016-149, agreement with John Thomas for Tennis Pro concessionaire services at Harry P. Taylor Tennis Center.
So moved.
Motion by Councilmember
Second.
Bass, second by Councilmember Van Hout, that ordinance 2016-149 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-150, annual contract with Trafficware Group, Inc. for purchase of traffic signal cabinets, accessories, and technical support.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Casados,
Second.
second by Councilmember Morrison, that ordinance 2016-150 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-151, interlocal agreement with Harris County for the waterline replacement at San Augustine as part of the widening of the Sam Houston Tollway East project, $150,000.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Casados,
Second.
second by Councilmember Bass, that ordinance 2016-151 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion?
Mayor.
Councilmember.
The county plans a project to widen Beltway 8 all the way from 45 to the Ship Channel Bridge to be 3 lanes each direction. They do not plan to take land for this other than possibly a small corner clip. They will do this within the space they already have, and the work is currently projected to be done within the next 3 years.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-152, contract with Carroll and Blackman, Inc. for services related to compliance assistance with the city's Phase 1 MSWR permit, $125,000.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wagner, second by Councilmember Casados, that ordinance 2016-152 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-153, amending agreement with Gensler Architects for renovation of 1149 Ellsworth, $94,700.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Lehman,
Second.
second by Councilmember Casados, that ordinance 2016-153 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-154, authorize the mayor to accept grant funds from Houston Galveston Area Council to investigate environmental crimes, $12,531.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Casados,
Second.
second by Councilmember Lehman, that ordinance 2016-154 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-155, extend annual contract with Great Southwest Paper Company for the purchase of janitorial supplies.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Bass,
Second.
second by Councilmember Morrison, that ordinance 2016-155 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-156, amend ordinance number 2015-151, 2015 Urban Area Security Initiative Law Enforcement Terrorism Prevention Program Grant, number 2977301, reflect plate carriers.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Wagner,
Second.
second by Councilmember Casados, that ordinance 2016-156 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Ordinance 2016-157, information sharing agreement with the Texas Workforce Commission to access databases for criminal investigations.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember
Second.
Lehman,
Second.
second by Councilmember Van Hout, that ordinance 2016-157 pass on first reading only. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Gets down to resolutions, Madam Secretary.
Resolution 2016-110, in-kind donation of one gas grill and food valued at $330.74 from Walmart in connection with various neighborhood outreach events.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Casados, second by Councilmember Van Hout. The resolution 2016-110 be adopted as it was read. This is a donation from Walmart, by the way, for the neighborhood outreach events. Thank them for that. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 2016-111, amend Resolution 2015-62 and adopt revised policies and procedures for the Home Investment Partnership Program.
Motion?
Motion by Councilmember Wagner,
Second.
second by Councilmember Bass, that Resolution 2016-111 be adopted as it was read. Is there any discussion? That's the pink copy y'all received earlier. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 2016-112, in-kind donation of Proform hybrid trainer valued at $432.99 from Mrs. Mary Alice Prusner for use by participants with adaptive needs.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Van Hout, second by Councilmember Casados, that Resolution 2016-112 be adopted as it was read. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 2016-113, donations from various businesses, organizations, or individuals totaling $2,015.04 for care of animals housed at the animal shelter, and those that were donating, the names are Tracy Haskell, Christopher Cathany, Sue Lane France, Stephanie Sims, Bonnie Murray, Sidney Rizzo, Gay Geary, William Morgan, Emily Temelin, James Campbell, Sahara Moman, Jennifer Gonzalez, Julie Kopecki, Kim Vaught, Joanne Sturman, Deborah Taylor, Janet Kelly, Sydney McLaren, Shelley Napper, Cynthia Monroe, April Sands, Shannon Poteet, Jose Garcia, Terry Smith, Kimberly Allen, Alicia and Mark Bundrum, Joe Aries, Zachariah Mesa, Brenda Keener, Norma Adams, Stephanie and Tris White, Selena Martinez, Pet Rescue RX, and Kathleen Boyd.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Bass, second by Councilmember Van Hout, that Resolution 2016-113 be adopted as it was read. We want to thank all of these businesses and organizations and individuals who donated over $2,000 to our animal shelter. Thank you all very much. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 2016-114, updating the established utility allowance schedule for the Housing Choice Voucher Program in accordance with HUD 24 CFR 982.517, effective November 1, 2016.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Van Hout.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Wagner, that Resolution 2016-114 be adopted as it was read. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries, and we are adjourned. Thank you all for coming today.